Hello Cancer, kia ora koutou katoa, and welcome to you all and whoever else is watching. Well, you may be watching as a, this might be your, I was going to say a cross watcher, or you may be watching, this may not be your, I was going to say, how do I put it, your main sign that you follow. So welcome to my YouTube channel, and I just also want to say thank you straight off the bat to all of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel and or followed me on my and liked my Facebook page, and also an Instagram. I do encourage connecting with all of them because I have different content posted up on my Facebook page that I don't and won't put up or post up or upload onto here. So and that could be information about what different courses I'm doing, where I'm going to be in the country or maybe overseas and in time to come, but mostly in New Zealand at the moment because of the traveling restrictions that are out there in the world at the moment, and that's all good, which just means we all have to sit tight for a little bit and gather our thoughts, gather our feelings, gather our senses, and do a little bit of in-house work, okay, and processing on ourselves. So it's pretty cool. And in our own countries, it's okay, some of you may not agree it's pretty cool, but it's all about growth, isn't it? And with whatever is going on in our lives. So anyway, thank you for those of you who have subscribed, and I encourage those of you who haven't done that to do that now or at the end of the video. And while I remember, if you do want to book a reading with me or a healing session with me, and or some clearing energy with yourself or property or whatever, or items, objects, you can make contact with me. And my details are in the description box below to find out more information make contact with me to book in a session. The other thing is I just want to remind everybody that these reads, the messages that come through are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. So just, take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. So and often what doesn't, it may be that it's more of a something to come. Maybe more of a forecast for you, and sometimes it doesn't always click straight away what it is. If it doesn't register straight away when you're listening to this recording, and sometimes it doesn't. It's got nothing to do with us at all. So that's all good. So like I say, just take what does and leave what doesn't, and see if it comes up or not in the near future. So the other thing that these reads are suitable for Cancer. If you are Cancer, and it's in your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus sign for you. If you don't know what your other signs are, there's a link in the description box below again, and that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on it and will work it out for you. And that way you can have just see. It might, if some of this resonates or not, you might feel like you want to check out what your emotional sign is all about if you're not following that one. Like I typically follow my sun sign, which is Gemini, and that's what I more resonate with. So I will often, often if something's not quite fitting right, I might check out, or if I'm going through something emotional, I might check out my emotional sign, which for me is Libra. And maybe what was one of my other sides, to give me an all-round comprehensive view of what might be going on for me. Okay, so it just depends. So anyway, that's free will. Okay, which are like these readings, the messages that come through as well. So today I am using my my trusty Starman deck, tarot deck, my new one. So it's let me see. Something like. Some of you may be held back from saying something, or you may be holding yourself off from saying something. Anyway, and here's my energy Sacred Earth Oracle deck and the trusty tarot deck here. So, although I don't know why, but that one I think is going up as having a rest for a little bit so far. So anyway, with the Starman deck, I've already shuffled them because I'm not fully faux pas with the way these cards, the meanings are structured in here. And I feel like, and this is the shift of the energy, like universally from the other cards to these ones. So these are amazing, and they will be coming out maybe a little bit later. We'll see what happens if we need any clarifiers, and if Spirit feel like we need them. However, it's kind of like, as you know, we are evolving, which is what these cards are about. The Starman deck, Tarot deck, has a different way of and a different energy with them, in the sense, I don't know, it's kind of like moving with that evolvement of energy, which is really cool. And you'll see when I as I go through. So the these cards, and it's the explanations behind them, which is, I totally resonate with them. So and there's nothing wrong with the other ones on saying that, but it's just something more that these ones are more resonating with me now. It's like, I've evolved, you've evolved, you know, energy has evolved, the world is evolving, and the universe is taking us on a journey. Okay, so anyway, I think you'll get what I mean. Anyway, this is the first card out, is the Four of Pentacles. Now the Four of Pentacles is, you know, the theme behind that, Cancer, is I have a great influence and power. So there's a different, that's what I mean about these cards. They've got a slightly different way of viewing them, and well, explaining the situation, and going into a more higher vibrational energy. And not that I couldn't have turned these ones into that, turned it around, but it's the illustrations on here as well. So you will be finding that you are vibrating, maybe not really vibrating at other people's energy levels, and that, or people where you don't get other people, you know, like you used to be able to understand what was going on, but you've created this shift. And so now you may be seeing yourself and others, and or others may be showing you a part of you that you've grown out of now, and you've moved on, and others are still there. So it's with all the sorts of things in life. So I'm just wanting to see where they were going from that. So basically, yes, this is about stepping into your power, and realizing that you are the influence of what power you have. You are influence and power. And it may be that you're having all these, getting all these ideas, and, you know, that are coming out, and you're wondering where these resources are coming from. And it's about this energy comes to you to let you know that you have a great influence and power, and to step into that. And so you can create those ideas and the resources to make it happen, to make an impactful difference. I feel like that's where it's going with that, you know, and a difference that has an impact. And it's like these ideas and these thoughts and these feelings that you're getting is whatever you the ideas are. It's like it can make a big impact or a great impact, whether it be in your personal life, and you exude that out, and because of who you are, the changes in the made, and you're like putting yourself out there, and leading by example in that sort of way, and just being you, you know, just being you, this amazing you, and in creating those ideas. And it's like and having the courage, or stepping into that place with courage. So this is what this energy here, the Four of Pentacles, brings you, is a huge confidence, is telling you and reminding you, you know, to build, you know, if it is what you want, you've got to step into that gaining confidence, which means you need to be in that, taking a step forward and stepping into your courage, and which is your power, to be able to create and you know, and leverage what it is that you do want for these ideas that you have in mind that you want to do. So this is they kind of got these cards in 3 stages today. So that's like, you know, where you might be at now, or where you're going to, what might be on your mind, or where you're thinking on, where you're at now and moving forward. And then there's the Ten of Swords about what can you do to move through that, and or what is showing you the next step. And then we have the last one is like an outcome, or some ideas and encouragement of, you know, of to move, keep on moving, keep working, moving towards where it is that you're wanting to be, doing what you're wanting to do, be, give, and have in your life, and who you're wanting to do things with, be doing things with, and, you know, be in life, and give in life, and have in life. Okay. And then we have the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands, so this is, you know, the Five of Wands, I feel like is showing you, brings through the energy of being hyper alert to all possible forms of conflict. So there may be a call for you. You may be in a position now where you may be feeling like somebody's been speaking or talking to you, and, you know, hitting you up about, questioning you about something. So you may feel that you've have to defend, or feel like you need to defend, or even want to defend your point of view. And it may be like you, and it may not necessarily be like right now that you are doing that, but it could be for some of you. For some of you, this could be coming forward in the future. So it's like the Spirit of giving you a little bit of a prep talk there. And it could be for some of you that you have been through that, and it's like you're having this rest, which is why this, you know, this Four of Pentacles here is, you know, it's got thrown all these ideas at you, and it's like, how can you help others, you know, move through what you've been going through, or what you have been going through in, you know, or gone through in the past. So it's kind of, and bringing like these packages together. So whether you're in this type of work or not, it could be that you're in a human resources role, or a teacher role, or, you know, a team leadership role, where you're looking at yourself and you're wondering and feeling and thinking, how can I bring my team together? How can I bring, whether, you know, all my family together, or whether it be your own, you know, immediate family that you've created, or your wider family with siblings, and, you know, and also community. So whatever it is, it's something is going on in there with this. It's like taking action, and it's like, I feel like there's like some, what do they call it? Constructive criticism going on there, and it's like, and you're looking and observing and pulling things together about how, for yourself, not only for yourself, and how you move through life, but and how you can help others do the same. And they may be bringing forward this stuff. So you may be feeling like you have to justify yourself or defend things that, you know, what you've done to yourself, as well as maybe to others, and that shift in where you, and how you see things now, which is kind of, sometimes people like will do that, you know, or situations will come up where you kind of, it makes us, it makes us look back, reflect, and just see where we've come from to where we are now, and how we are more standing in our truth, you know, or standing more in our truth now. And sometimes people don't get that, or they don't understand it, but that's their journey, and it's about us just carrying on and continuing, you know, our own journey, because it's our evolvement that's most important to us at the end of the day. And, you know, and a trickle out effect around, especially our own children, you know, like I say, our own immediate family. So here you are, Cancer, the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups comes into the energy of overflowing with the essence of life. So this is like an affirmation here. I overflow with the essence of life. And it's kind of like when we go through these things, and we're being in our own truth and going into that space, we find that place, and you'll find that place of peace, of calm, and being more at one with yourself, and more heart, you know, centered, or in a graceful, you know, being in your own grace. Being in, you know, God's grace, or God's energy, or Christ's energy, or God, you know, or Mother Mary, whoever it is, that, or the divine source energy, the grace of that, and centered. But it's just being, it's that sense of like, that's what I get from this. There's like a new way of, you know, you working with your emotions and your feelings, but also your intuition. And it's like letting your intuition guide you to where it is that you need to be. So it's like there is the pulse of existence that brings joy and ecstasy. So in that sense, so you may be feeling like you are super amazingly connected to every little thing in life. You know, it's like coming into that space, and you're in that love-based place now. And it's like, so everything that you do or see, or even if somebody is an asshole to you, it's like you're infused with love. So, and when we're in that space, nothing can hurt us, you know. That's our greatest protection, and that's what Spirit have taught me, is like, you know, our greatest protection is knowing who the hell we are. you know, and understanding how we tick and how we talk, how we rock and how we roll. And, you know, because it's like, it's like, you know, nothing can hurt us when we are in our own, you know, love and infused with love, basically, because love is the greatest power of all. And they talk about, you know, the love is the greatest protection of all as well, because nothing can hurt us. No one can hurt us if we're knowing and being and living that in that space. Oh, wow, okay. Just felt like I gave this big sermon there. But anyway, so Cancer, it's kind of like you know, like skipping into that space. So then we have the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords, tens always for me are about there's something coming to an end. So 9, it's like the completion of a cycle. Then we're coming to the end, right to the end of it. And so there's something that's new, birthing, that's new, that's being reborn into going into the next cycle of whatever it is. It could be the same sort of thing that you're going to, which typically it is, but it opens up doors to, or opportunities, or you know, a new sense, a new learning form that is on a higher level, you could say, but is in another something else that comes out of that's like peeling off a layer. So it's like another layer, basically. That could be that. So just putting it out there. So it will be what it will be with you. But the 10, you know, of Swords is about I must evolve. So there's something about the way that you are thinking, you know, because the Swords is typically about thoughts, but also actions, words and actions, communication. So in the way that you're communicating, which goes back to these other cards here. So whether it be in your workspace, whether it be with people that you know, with, you know, loved ones, or friends, or different, or out in the community, and it may be that you're communicating through something like this in some way or form, or you know, sharing your your knowledge in another way, or just putting yourself out there with different knowledge, you know, that you with knowledge that you've experienced, and you can, and you know, and there may be a calling for that. It may be that you're announcing something, whatever that is. Something new for you, a new project, or I don't know, but it's like putting yourself out there anyway. There's a new way of thinking and doing it. It's like you're stepping into your power because you're making some decisions, okay? And when we start making those decisions, things start to move, and we need to make more decisions, and our confidence grows. So, which is going back to all this. So this is about, you know, allowing yourself to let go of what does not serve you anymore, you know, than what is. And if you look at this card, there's that, you know, like a cutting away or moving. So yeah, that's where the Ten of Swords is. The Ten of Swords is about. So basically, you know, it's like you start to see the person that you thought you were, you know, is not there, you know, which is there's the lighter side and the shadower side there. So it's falling away. So which we're kind of talking about before. There's that observation of yourself. This is ultimately goes back to ourselves, really, when you think about it, and to sort ourselves out. And when we do that, it's like, okay, we see through a different set of eyes, and this is what is happening. So you may be like, something may have happened where it might be, you may be feeling like you're forced to change plans, your life plans or something, and redirect your energy or your, you know, or yourself in life. It may be a totally different job. It may be where you thought you were going to be moving is not going to be there because of this, and that. And, you know, and because you had a plan, and maybe that you were really tunnel vision of going down this way, but now you realize because of a set of circumstances or something has happened where it's like you've got this aha moment. It's like, actually, that's not really where I want to go. That's not the path that I want to go down, or that does not feel right to me anymore. And there's like this sense of honesty that never probably felt right to you anyway, but it was something that came up, and then you explored it, but now it's time to move this way, so, or that way. So anyway, it's about you moving into something else that's, you know, more into something else that is awaiting for you, okay? And because you've discovered that which is going to be like, goes into that reborn, which shifts your way of thinking, being, doing things, and you'll find you'll be more adaptive and stronger, or be a more adaptive, stronger person or being, whichever way you like to look at it. So it's kind of allowing whatever is there to like shift from you and feel the love and moving into that next, or that you're in. It's like you're in that transitional place. Some of you may be going through that right now. Some of you it may not be. You might be where we are talking about now. It's like you're in that space, and it's like, okay, it's just a few more clicks or a little tweak, and then you're there. So right there at the moment, I think where the energy was like maybe a Libra energy, I think. So there may be a lot more emotional stuff going on if you're connecting with that energy, of those, if Libra is in your sign too. So anyway, there's a lot. I'm just kind of like, they're just making my drawing me to the moon cycles as well. There is a lot going on. So with the different energies and planets that are lining up, and there's, and the star signs that are lining up as well at the moment, with the different energies, you'll notice that maybe some of you may be a little bit more, it may feel like actually that some of your energy may be it kind of may feel low, but you might describe it as low or flat. When I say low, I don't want to really use low because it's not, but it's maybe lowered from your normal bouncy self. However, you're still productive and wanting to do and feeling like you can do stuff around whatever it is, but there's something going on there, and it's just like sometimes that, and often that is usually really, when in my experience and many others, it's about, we need that place to contemplate, to view, and not to rush things sometimes, where it's like that in that transitional place. Sometimes it's kind of like, it can go vroom, and it's gone, and we're off on to the next one. But for a lot of you, it may not be. So don't, because you might be seeing others, it may be like that for them, a really quick transition when they get to this point, but it may not be for you. So don't judge yourself or compare yourself to others, okay? Because we're all processing something, maybe something similar, but it's different in our own way, okay? So here, and then we have the next group of cards is the Two of Pentacles. So there's maybe some change in versatility that's going around with you, which is interesting. It leads in from the Ten of Swords and around you, but it's knowing that you can handle it, okay? So it's whether it's energetically and or financially. For some of you, it will be both, and or emotionally, in that sort of sense. So and it's the Two of Pentacles is about perfecting the art of balancing responsibility. So like I say, whether that be financially and or energetically, it's like how much energy have you been using or are you putting into things, and so it's finding that balance, as with finances. So there's something for both, like I say, could be both for you and for some of you, as you're moving into this transition. So it's about thinking, planning, strategizing stuff as well, things. And some of you, I feel like you will have done that, and some of you maybe have not have thought about that, or it's maybe something going a little bit deeper. It's like, okay, well, now I'm here, so you may be up to that as we're talking about it. So I perfect the art of balancing responsibility. So it's about like I say, it's about the ability, or bringing in your ability to deal with change, and this process will help you learn that or figure that out for you, and learning the skill of prioritizing as well. So where are we going? And adapting to situations and change, basically. And knowing that actually you can handle whatever comes your way, basically. So that's where that is, and there's a beautiful energy there. So Pentacles typically grounding. So you may be needing to feeling like you're all over the place. So ground yourself. I know I am. It's kind of like whoa. And then we have what do we got here? The Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is I live through my highest values. Okay. And it's knowing that you have the power, and you do have the power to cut the power of the mind, to cut away what is irrelevant in order to shape your destiny. And this is where there's a new learning, a change in the way that you are thinking, doing things. It's knowing that actually, and it's taking responsibility and being in your own space and being in your own being and knowing that actually this is kind of where that moves to from this whole thing, that actually I need to take control, or I need to take charge of my own destiny, basically, and the thoughts that that have shaped it in the past. It's like there's a change in the way that you're thinking, doing and taking action. It's and making decisions, and it may be that you have held off on some decision making, and it's like kind of in a way you felt held back. And this is what happens in this funny little cycle. We kind of tend to sit in it, you know what I mean? And for too long, and it's like, damn, I should have done that. So we kind of feel like we missed the train. But there's another train or an opportunity to jump on, to catch and wave, to catch. If we just have to what is it? We just have to make some choices and decisions, basically. And then we have the Princess of Wands, okay? And she is about igniting the impossible. So there's a spark of energy that is within you, and of abundant ideas, and there's that feeling that she brings it, that there is out of you, and allowing yourself to bring it. So whether you're a male or a female energy, it's like allowing that abundance and that spark of ideas to come out and take some action with it. So because I feel like this is about you making that spark, you making the shift, which is where this Ace of Swords has come in. Is using that, to cut away all that is irrelevant, so you can get going and take action with these with your abundance of ideas and the creative the creative ideas that have come through. I was going to say something else, but that word is not coming. So she brings that out of you. It's like, use her energy, use this beautiful, amazing Princess, of Wands energy, because she's like that fire energy, the Wands, and they are about passion and motivation. So clicking into that, feeling what it felt like when you it's like visualizing what it's going to feel like when you get going. It's like that, you're going into that that law of attraction, the manifestation. It's like, what is it? Seeing yourself in the future and go, with that. With what it is that you are wanting, and and moving towards that. And I kind of feel like the Spirit of talking like moving towards each other, because depending on what actions we choose, it comes to us as well as we go to it. So we meet a little bit sooner. We have that power, we have that energy. Spirit is saying to do that. The universe is saying, but as long as we sit and don't take action or don't allow ourselves to feel the passion can be felt in different ways, is what Spirit are talking about as well. So it's like, and it's so, some people have a different way of, some people just like are really gung-ho and they're all out there and arms flying everywhere and their energy is super high. And some people are more calmer with their passion, and they might not be like that. So more like an extroverted way of doing that, and running for it. But some of us, the passion is internally ignited, and we have a different way of showing that to the world. So and we may just move along quietly, but there's this definite passion inside us. That is, and that you can tell that Spirit is saying, we can tell that, you can see that by the steps and the movements that one takes, and their growth in the way that they're doing. So that's what they mean about passion. Okay, cool. About not everyone shows their passion, and I think we get caught up. I feel we get caught up, and I think we get caught up, and I know we get caught up in the way in how passion is supposed to be seen or done or displayed when we're into something. Okay, when we get into something. Yeah, cool. Anyway, this is that. So she brings in that bit to get moving on something or some things in your future. So ignite, because you can ignite the impossible. And the spark of energy with this card, and you know, the abundant ideas and the readiness to get moving. It's like it's time to go on your adventure with all that you know and all that you do. It's like light that fire, a fire. She brings a fire that is lit, and a passion. And despite the fear and the trepidations along the way, it is a time to prepare for success. There you go. I'm going to leave it there. I was going to draw some cards out of the other one, but I don't feel like I need to. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there with you, Cancer. And with my amazing spiritual team, the Zion energy and the energy of Cancer, we leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure, and prosperity in abundance. Okay, bye for now. We'll see you next Tuesday.